So today, my name is Shankar Sahai, and I'm the founder and CEO of Info IV. We provide services for customer success organizations. And so, welcome to the first episode of the second season, where we bring you top minds from the field of customer success and customer success operations and other areas. So today, actually, I'm joined with Praveena, who is the customer success advisor at Autodesk, and she's one of thought leaders in the field. And let me just pause here and let me give her a chance to introduce herself. Praveena,
Thank
go
you
ahead.
so much. Thank you so much, Shankar. That was so nice of you. Hey, everybody. We are really sorry for the delay. We were just trying out some glitches out, but thank God that we're back here. Like Shankar said, I'm Praveena and I work as a customer success advisor at Autodesk. I am handling the territory accounts here. That being said, I have experience in the customer success industry, I would say. Uh, for a good number of years, having served with different geographies and different industries as well. So here I am to talk. I'm having a chat with Shankar today.
Okay, thank you. So today, our topic is customer success journey. I'm sorry, customer journey, and it's something that a lot of customer success managers don't fully understand, and the role that customer success plays in that. So today, let's start from the basics. So, Praveena, what is customer journey?
All right, that's a good question to ask to any of the CS community. All right, so when we say customer journey, it basically is like how you own that customer after that they are onboarded to us as an organization. From it's a handoff from the sales team to us, how we take it forward from there to their complete process is where we help them achieve their business goals. Is where we call it as a journey. So that is customer journey, and this is not just, I would say, uh, a piece of cake. To be honest, because it involves a lot many processes that we follow to be a successful to make it as a successful journey. Actually,
Okay, and Praveena, why should a business care for it, and more importantly, why should a CSM care about it?
that's a great question again. All right, so customer is absolutely important for any business processes because that's where we get our ROI businesses from. And the customer journey plays a very important role because they are the ones who helps us out. They become our brand ambassador when we start working with them. So when we say word of mouth in sales, customer success, so that's where it's important for us to maintain a very good journey with them. And since the businesses relies on customers, that the customer journey is very important for any business.
Okay, so one is the stages of customer journey, because I know that customer journey is a it has many different phases or stages in it, and what are these stages, and what does each stage mean for a CSM?
Right. Okay. So when I say customer journey, like I said, it's just not a process where it just starts and it just ends. No, not at all. Because there are different types of journeys where in few organizations, it's about subscription and some is like products that we sell, some we just do implementation. So it's a different process where we involve the customer journey. It entails all of it. And when we talk about the customer journey, it's like we have different stages, like you mentioned. It starts with onboarding them. So that's the first stage where begin the customer journey, and then comes the adoption stage where we completely talk about our business and see how we can relate to their business actually. And then once we have this adoption, we have ongoing engagement with customer, the point of contact over there or the teams that we work with. So that's the engagement phase, and then we have this expansion. So all these CSMs out there, expansion in few organizations, it would be in your kitty, guys. In some, it won't. What happens is that you people are the ones that who have that engagement with them, who really are talking to customer day in day out. But when it comes to expansion, there is in few organizations, let's say you have upsells and cross sells. Again, it's like getting, or I would say expanding the revenue that they are giving to our organization. That's expansion. Again, you can cross sell the products, which again will help their business goals. So that is a cross sell. Upsell is where, again, let's say you're, if it's subscription, you're adding up more seats to them. So that's an expansion over there. So that is one stage where we have in our customer journey. And then we have this renewals. Now, this is where the main I would say all of your hard work relays there, because whatever you did in all these stages, it comes to a point where the customer decides to be with you or not to be with you. Or I would say to be with you or to go with your competitors. That's where your hard work pays off. So that is your renewal stage. And then with that, if you're good, you maintain a very good journey, very good engagement with them, and they become the word of mouth, and that they are the brand ambassadors. Then and they continue their journey with us. So these are main stages that we have in the customer journey.
Okay, excellent. So, Praveena, would what happens between a prospect and sales, is that part of customer journey as well?
Again, here it depends. A few people, what happens to the CSM, they really get opportunity to be a part of a sales process. That's where, because let's say if you and I are talking and you are one of the prospects, if I involve in the sales process, I would get to know what exactly you're looking forward and what is your goal when you're picking up an organization as a service, as a product, as whatever it could be. So if I am involved, it's a pre-sale activity. Then it would be helpful as a CSM to take it after the post sale. So, of course, it depends on the opportunity that an organization gives. Of course, it helps the CSM.
Okay, so one other thing, Praveena, is that I mean, sometimes I hear from CSMs that customer journey is only important when we are dealing with a D2C, direct to consumer, or B2C or something like that, but not when we are dealing with corporate customers. And my biggest customers are all big corporates. So why is it important to me? It's it's the corporate journey. It's not a customer journey.
I would say, be it any kind of business model, customer journey plays a very important role, because once they've purchased something, you just can't let go of them, right? At least just in a day to day example, if you buy something and if that's something that we intend to have connect with them and they don't try to establish that connection, we just let go of them. We're not going to go with them again in a day to day journey. It's the same with corporates, SMBs, enterprise accounts. It's with everything. That's where you get the repeated business. So you have, I would say, all of the CSMs out there would know that getting a new business would cost us like 25 times more than what we retain with the existing customers. Customers, and the success rate there acquiring a new one is like, I would say, 6 to 10%. And existing customer, if you have good relationship with them, maintain that customer journey, that gives us a more ROI than the new businesses. So customer journey plays a very important role, be it a small or corporate. It doesn't matter, but the journey, maintaining the journey matters.
No, no, you make some very good points, Pravina. I mean, I think a lot of times CSMs lose track of the fact, exactly what you said, that having a customer and keeping them is much easier, even though customers can come with their own set of
Right.
challenges. But 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 trying to acquire a new customer is a lot harder and a
Absolutely.
lot more expensive. And so we talked about, you mentioned the various stages, onboarding and upsells
Mhm.
and everything in middle. So you want to just kind of talk about the role of CSMs, types of things they should be looking forward to doing, the challenges, what are the best ways of overcoming them, just kind of walk a CSM through how to identify the stage, because sometimes it may not be very clear. When does onboarding end, when does the next phase begin, and what are the various sets of things to look out for in each stage?
All right. So if I just think back to the customer journey again. Like you said, you never know when this starts, when this ends. So like onboarding it just happens when you buy something. The CSM is bound to talk to you to understand what have you bought, and why is that you have bought, and what is in it for you. That's the main thing. What is in it for you plays a major role in the onboarding, and that's where you understand their success metrics, their goals, and if they have any milestones. That's where you discuss all of things in the onboarding. And the training part of it, if that's something that's needed, sits in between the onboarding itself. Adoption is where when you let them know what they've bought and what is the use of that for them. That's where you allow them to adopt, meaning you allow them to make use of the product service, and you make aware that this is what it does, and this is what you wanted, so we will help you to achieve there or reach a goal there. So that's where the adoption comes in, straightforward. And like we spoke, expansion is something again, when there is a need for customer to expand their businesses, or they're doing something, that's where the expansion comes into picture. And renewal is very easy, everybody knows it. It's the end of their journey, it's the end of the tenure. It could be a year contract, a 3-year contract, whatever the kind of services it is. So that's the end of the journey when renewal comes into picture. And then these are like stages. If you talk about the challenges, now the challenges here are always like, let's say, what happens in a customer journey, a CSM would tend not to be if they fail to have that understanding, a lack of understanding of the business of the client, then again it's a failure. That's one biggest challenge that every CSM needs to understand, that they need to go above and beyond to understand the customer business so that we align to them. I mean, everybody needs to understand this point. We need to align to them. They are not aligned to us because they bought us. It means that we need to align to their business goals and try and see how best we can help them. That is the first and foremost thing, understanding of their businesses. So that's a big challenge that all us CSMs to be very clear when we're talking to a customer, because that's where you try and get the trust of a customer. Meaning, if you're my customer, Shankar, if I'm talking to you, if I don't know what you do, and if I don't align, my talk track doesn't align to you, you would not be interested in me. You might end up talking to my peer or my boss saying that Praveena doesn't know what I do. How is she going to help me? So this for sure will happen. So every CSM out there need to be very careful whenever we get an account or a client, whatever you call it in your organization. We need to make sure that we learn about them, and then that's where we could help them. So that is first and foremost, understanding. And then inconsistent in communication, this most of us do. It's not deliberate, I would say, but it might happen because everybody would end up handling more customers. You never know. I myself would have handled more than 1,000 customers. I talk to more than that. So it does happen that we may miss out on some communication. So please, CSMs, make sure you're not inconsistent doing so. That's the second thing, because a client is bound to know what's happening. Let's say I onboarded a customer a week before, or let's say a month before, and then this month I don't knock the door. I mean, it doesn't make sense. They might say, "Oh, Praveena onboarded us. She never came back to us. She never spoke to us. I didn't even write to them." So that's something is a big no. So be consistent in your communication. That's important. That's the second thing. And then I would say, let's say if we are facing some difficulties in mapping their journey, like I said, let's say they have XYZ goals to achieve, and that's what they bought us. So we, like I said, need to align to their businesses and map their journeys accurately. When we map their journeys, it becomes easier journey for each of us, a CSM and a customer, to see that we are approaching, or we are somewhere in line to what we expected. So that is something that we need to make sure that we are mapping their journeys well. So that is one of the difficulty a CSM, maybe I would say, it happens when we don't understand it well. So that is one. And then I would say, maybe let's say, how about you not in a complete having a customer data? That's another big no. Need to have a complete customer data. Let's say in my case, now I see that they've bought about like 100 AutoCAD seats. How do I not know who are those 100 users? How will I help them? They just bought it. That's it. And I need to make sure that I need to go knock the door, hey Shankar, you bought 100 seats, why not you sit with me and assign them? Right, I need to have a data of that. Otherwise, me being a CSM, I cannot have a better journey with them in the adoption stage. I would not have that. I will uh, fail badly when I don't see them using us. So that's one thing where we need to have good customer data, who to reach. Let's say you bought it, you don't use it, so I need to know who's the next person for me to reach out, so that I knock at their door. Hello, you bought us, there is a goal that's attached to your business, and how do I help you? I'm here to help you. So let me know, how can I make use of your resources to help you? I'm here to help you. So that is something that you need to have a good amount of customer data. So don't lack. Make sure you knock doors, you knock at them, reach them, communicate with them, get to know the data. And then again, I would say communication, or be effective in what you do. Effective communication is again very important. So these are a few highlighted challenges that we may face day in day out, so we make sure that we align it to them, so our journey becomes easier.
Okay, no, no, excellent points actually, because when you are working with so many customers as a CSM, it is challenging to sometimes just even remember the name of the person you're talking to at the moment.
Exactly, exactly. I like I said, if I am interacting to like 15 customers today, I would not know who was a POC of my ex customer tomorrow. I would go back to
Yeah.
my platform and then check who was that. So it happens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think all CSMs come up with something that they are comfortable with.
Absolutely.
To do like a a 5 second or a 5 minute prep for the next call, just to get the name straight and things like that. Because if you only if you're dealing with maybe four or five, you can keep it or 10 maybe in your head. But
Exactly, exactly. And I would say, you said five, you were so kind enough, Shankar. I would say I need a little, I would say a little more than that, a 20-minute prep call before I call somebody. Because
yeah,
like I said, lack of customer data. If it lack there,
yeah.
I have to do all my research to see who are my touch points, who am I talking today, who's that I'm onboarding. So we need to have a little a prep time for us to reach out to customer.
No, no, no. Totally, I totally agree with you. Okay, so no, this is some great pointers you provided, Praveena, for CSMs, and I think, and correct me if I'm
Uh-huh.
wrong, they are going to be useful to not just a junior CSM, but even a mid-level CSM and senior, and even people in management,
Absolutely.
people who are overseeing the function. I think that will also be some great pointers for them.
Absolutely, because I see you agreeing to the points that I say. So I feel that it's absolutely important, because these are some important aspects or the levels where customers involved. And of course, all of these is something very important. I would say, if that's a buddy CSM, much more. It's like a cakewalk for them. Listen, and you try to exercise, you try to experiment. But yes, please do not try with more customers. Your first customer, try it, jot down your points, see that how you can map your customer journey. And I would say, trust me guys, you will love the CSM job.
Great point. Okay, so Praveena, so thank you so much for all the tips and pointers you shared today. We will be talking to you again next week, same
All
time,
right.
same channel, as they say. You want to give a sneak peek on what we are going to be talking about in the next episode?
Next episode, like this was ideally, like we spoke earlier, it's a three-part series. So this was a build. So we're building a customer journey. We know what is customer journey, what is involved. That's what it. The next session would be about delivering. So how CSMs deliver. So, and the last session, let's keep it secret. It's another session. So let's talk about delivering in the next session.
Yeah, yeah, that will be perfectly fine. Again, thank you everyone. Thank you, Praveena, for joining us, and everyone who's listening to us or watching us later on. Please, like, subscribe us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube, and we will be back again next same time, same channel.